Hey, yo, shalom. All praises to the Most High. Yehovah Yehoshua with this sound some YYBY. Alright. I got a 20th feature that Reason has that Studio One doesn't.
The 12 tribes. Ooh, oh, oh, the 12 tribes. Yeah.
Now, if you want to go back and look at my all the 19 features that Reason has that Studio One doesn't, you I have a video that's gonna pop up, at the end of this video. It'll pop up at the end. But now, let's get to it. All right, so now we know in Studio One we have the splitter, right? Okay, so now let me take these off right quick. Right, so now, one thing about it, we have the splitter, we also have the sends and the inserts. And what happens that when you're dealing with effects and you grab like different effects and let's go to a chain, FX chain, and let's grab anything, let's grab a chain for vocals. And let's grab that. Okay, so now we'll have this chain, and sometimes people get very creative with their chain. And what happens is that, this chain can get very cluttered. It can get very long sometimes. And when you're dealing with people who's creative, and what happens, it'll look just like this. You start, whatever I'm just grabbing any random plugins though. But you start putting certain effects on the track. Let's close that. Right. And I'm gonna grab different plugins. That chain can get pretty long like this. And eventually, once that chain get long, it will have it will have this right here. You can go up in like a little level to go up and down. But sometimes you don't want to see it like this, man. Now if you get the splitter, if you go to the effects and get the splitter, right? Let's go get the splitter. Where is that? If you get the splitter and drop it at the top, it'll open up this. And you can still do what you do with the splitter and, create things from the left speaker to the right speaker. But the chain still look this way. Now, this is the same way. If I'm correct, I think this is the same way with multi-instruments. So if I grab a multi-instrument on the track, now that one matters. You won't see a multi-instrument on the track, so that don't matter. But now, so we're not going to deal with that. But on all the effects, this can kind of get annoying when you having multiple tracks and you send it like this. Sometimes you want to kind of like, you wish you could squeeze it in and put it all in one. Where you could click this, open the splitter up, and you can see all the plugins that you got. You can have another splitter, have another splitter, have another splitter, like that. Because listen, it's no levels of ideas of what you want to put on a track. It don't always have to be vocals. It can be the creative ideas what you put on the instrument, right? But the point is you don't want to see it like this, sometimes. So now, when you go to Reason, let's go to Reason right quick. When you go to Reason, as you can see, Reason got something called the combinator. That's the same concept as the multi-instrument, right? But in the combinator, you can deal with effects. So for example, say I got this vocal track right here, right? And let's minimize these right quick. And let's say I have this hook track right here. And what I can do, I can go to effects or whatever effects I want to go to. And let's say if I want to drop this one on here. Let's say if I want to drop this one on here with no problems. Let's close Studio One right quick. Let's minimize this and close this. And let's say I want to, the same thing, on the rack, drop whatever plugins I want to drop in here. Because one thing about the rack can get kind of cluttered the same way as in, in Studio One. You're looking at a rack right here, especially when you got a lot of tracks. You can close the rack like that. That's a great thing. And close those plugins, right? You don't got to see those plugins. Also, you could also get right here and hold Alt and make these plugins small like this. And then you can go back and press the button and it'll open all these plugins up like this. But now you also have another option where I can grab these plugins, all these, like this, highlight them, and go to here and press Combine. Where is that right quick? Hold on, let me get it right. I'm going to grab this one. Hold on, give me a right. I think I got all of them, yeah. Right click, press Combine. And what a Combine do, it'll put it in the combinator. And so now I can press Devices and close that combinator. Now I got these other plugins inside the combinator. I can also put these in if I want to. But in the Devices, I can open it up and I can deal with that. Still click on it, save it as a preset. So I can hide things on this particular track. I can hide things no matter how many plugins I got on here, because it can get very cluttered and I can hide them. So right here, like as you see, if I open Devices, click on Devices, I got EQ, a multi-band limiter, a deesser, an automatic John, close that one up. I go to Devices right here. I got these plugins and I can go as far if I want to go without seeing anything. And I can also see these. I can minimize this, minimize that right here, minimize this, and I still can have this track open and still see these two different combinators, and open it up and still see all the plugins. That's a dope thing. That's a dope idea. That's a concept that I always loved about, Reason. And Reason had this idea for years before a lot of DAWs, because they the first one came up with the concept of the combinator. Because on the mixer right here, when you go to the mixer, the mixer is like an old school style, which I love, SSL style. So it already got a built-in compressor gate, stuff like that. So if you want to see the plugins. The only way you can go to the plugins is when you press around here rack and it takes you to that rack, or you can see, these are the sends. If you want to see the plugins, you still can press edit insert. So I can go to any one of these tracks and press edit insert. It'll take me to that track. You feel me? So now let's go back. Let's close this and let's go to that particular track which is the hook. Press edit insert. It'll take you back right here. And it folds it up. It's just that simple. If you got any questions, you got any other ideas that, each DAW can have or what Reason can do, jot it down at the bottom. This is YYBY. Peace.